Hey, welcome to Boosting Your Healthcare Career. We are going to look at how to give yourself options so that you don't struggle with compassion fatigue. And I think it's an important topic to discuss. Today we're going to talk about boosting your healthcare career. Welcome. I hope you can see my background. I thought I'd put my brand background there. How to boost your healthcare career. Or your healthcare business. Let's have a look. I'm checking my sound. Okay. Anyhow, welcome to Boosting Your Healthcare Career. If you are in the healthcare field, you're a caregiver, nursing, or these physiotherapists, we're going to talk about taking care of yourself while taking care of other people. Anybody ever heard of the term compassion fatigue? Did you know that you can get tired of looking after other people? Did you know that you can get tired of looking after other people? So we are going to talk about boosting your healthcare career. And you mustn't feel guilty that you can't support other people. Yes? A lot of people sometimes in the healthcare industry, I have found, that's my background, that's where I worked, I've done bedside nursing, I've worked in 3 different countries, is really nice people. They care about other people, but sometimes they forget they also need to take care of themselves. So we're going to look at that very quickly. I thought I'll come on here for a short while. I might come on later tonight, but this is one of the topics I enjoy doing. Healthcare is my background. I want to support you to take care of you, to plan your career. Maybe you want to travel around the world. Maybe you want to work somewhere else. Maybe you want to reassess how much money you're making. Yes, part of my work as a coach is to support you in your healthcare career. Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe you start a home care business. Maybe you want to get into coaching. Maybe you want to be a health coach. Yes, so welcome to my live stream. This is for those of you who are in the healthcare industry. It might not mean anything for you if you're not in healthcare. Yes, some of you are into mental health. How can you make sure you upgrade your career? Only the work that you. Yes, so I'm going to give you some tips and some ideas from having worked in the industry. One of the things you can do to take care of yourself and your family. Yes, and there'll be some coaching if you want to transition. What are the things that you can do with your healthcare background? There are so many options now because of the internet. You have so many options. So can you see that? Boosting your healthcare career. There are so many options right now. It's not just about working so hard and then you neglect your own life. You are at risk of having a long-term illness. Yes, nurses, social workers, caregivers sometimes have long-term illnesses too. Because did you know, scientifically it has been proven, when you care for other people, when you overdo it, you'll get to a point where you are having burnout, where you don't want to look after people, where you want to isolate yourself, where you don't want to be involved in social circles. And that's really sad because while you're supporting other people, you should also have a life, yes? So we're going to talk about that. Boosting your healthcare career, wherever you're working. Here is some tip and some advice. When I worked in healthcare, what I did is I made sure I wasn't limited to one department. I made sure I gained experience in several departments, in the medical department, in the midwifery department, in the men's department, intensive care. Yes, all those different departments, because one thing I quickly realized is if I only have experience in one department, you may feel stuck and you may feel like you don't have enough experience. So welcome to this live stream. This is about boosting your healthcare career. You may know somebody who's in healthcare. Please share this live stream. We're going to talk about boosting your healthcare career. Maybe traveling around the world. Maybe becoming an international healthcare worker. What does that mean? I've worked in 3 different countries, so I bring that experience. How to work in different countries. How to adapt to different cultures. Yes. And how to bring your best self to the organization that you're working with. How to adapt to different cultures without losing who you are. Yes, so welcome to this live stream. Please follow this live stream. If you know somebody who's in healthcare, I'm only here for a short bit. because I usually have a very busy day as a coach. But this is for those of you who know somebody who's in healthcare. You may want to travel around the world. You may want to learn how to become more confident working in other cultures. Yes? How to be somebody who people think of when they are trying to fill a vacancy. And how to protect yourself from being scammed. People are being scammed looking for work around the world. Yes? How not to be desperate, how to do your homework, and how to do your own research first. Yes? A lot of people don't realize you must do your own research first before you apply for another job in any part of the world. Yes? Like I said, I've worked in 3 different countries, but people don't realize you must learn to do your own research before you join any company, any agency. Before you pay anyone, you're not supposed to pay anyone to work for another company. It is against the law. It is against the law. Please share this message. Somebody may need to know this. It is against the law to pay any money for somebody to find you work. It is against the law. Please share this message. A lot of people are getting themselves into trouble because they are paying somebody to help them find work. We're not doing that over here. We're not doing that nonsense over here. Okay? So I want to empower many of you who are in the healthcare field. How to find work somewhere else. How to find work that is right for you. Because what I found, some people are really smart. You can be in a medical doctor in your own country and you can work as a caregiver in another country until you get all the registration up to date. Yes? Because people don't realize you can make good money as a healthcare professional, starting as a caregiver overseas until all the registration, all the requirements is up to date. You can start like that. So I'm just giving some tips and some ideas. Okay? But you must do your own research first. Okay? Do your own research first. So, let me quickly say, if you are working in the healthcare field, I'm only here for a short time. And I just want to give some ideas. Those of you who may know somebody who is looking for work or wants to be more confident in the healthcare field. This is what I noticed even in my own experience. Some people work in the healthcare field feel like you don't have options. That is not true. You always have options. Okay? You always have options. If you're not happy in the place where you're working, you always have options. Start preparing for where you want to go. And I highly recommend, especially because sometimes the healthcare field is so busy, it is so draining. I want to encourage you and I want to coach you how to start a business part-time. Online if you want. It can be offline, it's up to you. But I want to coach you to prepare for your exit strategy. Yes, welcome. I think I've seen you before. How many years have you been working there in the care home? How many years have you been working there? And are you like on a contract with them? Okay. Leave your details. What I normally do is I do a quick assessment. We have to work out what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, what your experience is so far, and to work out. Okay, so you've got 1 more year. You've got 1 more year. Okay. So it's good to start planning now, yes? That's one of the things that I do with the coaching, is to help you plan for what's next so you don't stay in a place that you're not happy. Yes? How to give yourself an advantage when you apply for your next job. Yes? And it can mean how to start working part-time. You can cut back some hours. I remember when I worked for a private group of hospitals, the hours were long and I had a small family at the time. So what I decided is to cut back my hours and only work like 3 nights a week. Okay. I hope you've got the best agencies, the one that pay really well. Listen, what I want to say is this. When you are one of those people who ask questions, you know exactly what needs to be done and you're confident and you are fast, yes? You are organized. You will not struggle with work. Yes, I never struggled with work because I was always working in different departments. Yes, I worked as a registered nurse many years in 3 different countries, so I understand the industry quite well. What I have learned is always have a plan for your career. There's some things I had to learn later. Always have a plan for your career. Don't stay on the same level. Don't stay on the same level. Do not stay on the same level. Start learning, start asking, start checking. How do they organize shifts? Yes? Because those skills will pay you off long term. Bedside nursing or caregiving is not something you do for a long time. It can hurt you long term. Some people can do it, yes, absolutely. Like for example, I know people who are in their 70s that do healthcare or they're caregivers. Okay, all right, you work hospital and community nursing, so you have a lot of experience. Okay. You see, I came on here, I just wanted to see the feedback, what it will be like, so that I can do a bit more of this coaching and training. Okay, Marie said, you work in a residential home for 6 years as a senior care assistant. Okay, Marie, do you have a plan to are you a registered nurse? Yes? Because I want to start coaching some of you so that you look at your other options. Because some of you are really good, but you haven't got the right support so you can plan your career. What's next? Do not stay in the same place. You will always feel limited. When you are smart with your healthcare career, you can work in 3 different countries. You can work in the UK, the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. You always have options, but you have to be willing to upgrade your career. Nobody is going to come to you and ask you, oh, where do you want to be now? What are you happy with? Yes, nobody's going to ask you. I'm based in London, Vacuum. I'm based in London. We are doing boosting your healthcare career. Yes. Nobody's going to ask you about your professional development, because I remember I used to push for mine because the hospitals are always understaffed. Yes. So I want to help some of you to map out your career so that you can be working full-time in healthcare if you want, or you cut back, work part-time, and then you are building a business in your spare time. Yes. Because some of you may have heard of compassion fatigue. When you are looking after other people, you will get to a point where you can get too tired, where you don't even want to be around family, where you feel like you don't have a social life. Your life is only around work. I remember that. You have to be thinking about your future. You have to be thinking about your health. And I'm not saying everybody has to leave. I'm talking about planning your future, planning your skill set. How can I develop my leadership skills? How can I get into management? Yes? How can I get into business? Start thinking about business skills. Because when you feel trapped, that's a miserable place to be. When you feel like you're only confident in a certain department, okay? I remember one coach talking about a nurse who was working in the intensive care department. They were really stressed out and they were miserable. And I said to this client, when you make a plan for yourself, you will not allow any place to make you that miserable. You must make a plan for yourself, something you're looking forward to. And you know that you've got your finances in place, you're planning, you're working something out. Do not allow your life to only revolve around your work. Yes? So I've worked in 3 different countries, some of the best hospitals in South Africa. It was good fun, it was exciting, because I learned very quickly in my career then that if I'm only confident and competent in a certain department, I will always feel stuck. I didn't like that. Okay. Marie, okay. Listen, you know where to find me. I think TikTok doesn't like announcing how to get in touch with me, but you know how to find me. You must let me know, and this is up to you. If you are serious and you are determined, because sometimes people tell me, oh, I'm not happy with this, I'm not happy with that, but people don't follow through. So I'm only looking to work with people who are serious about doing something different with their career, how to add something else to your career, because you've got a lot of experience, Marie. You've got a lot of experience. There are so many options for you, yeah? There are so many options. Go on my page and see. One of my videos that went semi-viral, it's because I talked about this. Yes? You don't want to be miserable while you're taking care of other people. Yeah? Because when you have supported other people, you've cared for other people, you deserve to live an amazing life. You deserve to live a good life. But you have to be serious and determined that I need to do something else. I've got a client right now who's leaving her social care job. She's starting her own business. I'm helping her to start her own business. Really nice. But what I learned from working with, doing the coaching is you have to start thinking, I can do more than this. You must believe in yourself that you can learn how to do something else. Yes, you can learn how to run a business. You can learn how to find customers for your business. Yes? I love this because it's my way of giving back to the healthcare industry I did for many years. Thank you, Beatrice, for sharing the live. Please share the live stream. Yes, I won't be on here long. My days are usually really busy. But every now and again, I come and do these live streams because I know somebody needs to hear this message. So, you have options, yes? You have options. There are skills that are in high demand. And what I love about healthcare is it is recession proof. Yes? You'll always have work. You'll always have custom clients. But you have to start thinking, what else can I add? Yes? And you want to boost yourself, not only just in your career, but in your confidence, how you feel about yourself, how you think about yourself, how you show up. Are you confident? Can you look people in the face? Yes? Can you communicate with doctors, surgeons, matrons, medical directors? Yes? Because listen to this, I'm going to tell you something. Although you're working in an organization, a care home, you may not have heard it this way. I'm giving you some advice. Do not think like an employee. Yes, this is a very important point I'm sharing right now. Do not think like an employee. I want you to think like an entrepreneur in the business where you are. This is important. Yes. When you think like an entrepreneur in the company where you are, you may be an employee and they're writing you a check. I'm giving you a free tip. Some of the things I had to learn to grow and become a better version of myself. When you are working just like an employee, you just clock in, you do your bit and you leave. You are missing out on a lot of potential. Yes? I want you to think like this. Imagine that care home, that hospital. It could be an NHS hospital. Imagine that's your father's hospital. Okay? Imagine that family business. I know it's not, but imagine it's a family business. How are you going to look after your customers or clients? I know you may not have heard it this way. This is high-level thinking, yes? This is multi-millionaire thinking. We need to change our thinking. That's how we contribute more to the world. Hello, Freebird. Good to see you on here. If you go and you feel, oh, what's wrong with this company? Yes, there are always problems. There will always be problems in big organizations. I want you to understand this. This will help you. But please make the most of the opportunity to upgrade yourself, yes? To change your mindset, to decide, I'm going to contribute to this company, whether anybody notices or not. I'm going to have skills that I can run my own big company, yes? Yes, 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 yes. I want you to think like this is my father's hospital. It could be in another country, it could be in another culture, but I want you to think, if this was my father's hospital, what would I want to know? Yes? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Listen, the Bible says everything belongs to God. Ooh, somebody's going to get it. Somebody's going to understand. The whole world belongs to God. Yes? I want you to understand this. The whole world belongs to God. Each of us, it takes a long time sometimes to realize the opportunities we have. And people are miserable not realizing the opportunity you have. The whole world belongs to God. So when you join a company, God has given you an opportunity. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes? When you go in there, get organized. Like for nurses, they'll give you a section to look after. Yes? I worked in the private hospitals. I also worked in the NHS and in 3 different countries. Yes? But what I learned, it's also in my nature that I care about people. That is why I'm talking to you as professionals. I care that you are doing well. I care that your family life is not suffering. I care that you are making good money. Okay? So there's a way around that. You won't get this knowledge. People don't tell you. You have to work hard to find it. But of course, if you've got time, you can do the research. So anyway, listen to this. Say like you decide to work for a private hospital. Those of you who work in the NHS, I encourage you to start checking how to work with private hospitals and start looking for work with private hospitals. I'll help you with your CV, to update your CV, how to prepare yourself mentally, because I understand how private clients work, how they think in the community and the hospital. Yes, so it's good to prepare yourself a bit. Yes, just mentally, so that by the time you apply, you are sure you're going to get the job because you're prepared for it. Yes. So let's say, for example, in a scenario, you are working in a high dependency unit, because that's something that I did. In the high dependency units, you have patients, it's really fast, yes? You can't be, like passing your workload to somebody else. Some nurses do that. And they don't realize they're always going to be moving around the same place. People who don't do their part, they're always passing their work to other people. It may look like they're getting away with it, but if you are sharp, okay, so you've been given a section of patients. Some patients are going to be coming into pre-assessment to get them ready for surgery. Yes, you have to do the observations. You have to make sure the bloods are done. You have to make sure that they're going to be operated on the right organ or leg or arm. You have to prepare all that. Yes, you have to check their paperwork, because this happened. I remember when I worked in South Africa, one of the hospitals, a patient was operated on the wrong knee because somebody didn't check. Somebody was too busy. This is what I found in the healthcare institutions. You cannot allow other people to pressure you. You tell people, look, I'm focused on this patient right now. I'm busy right now. I haven't got time to look at anything else. And nobody can give you more work than you can handle. Okay? So, in a fast-paced department, you have to think quickly. What are the priorities? We have to make sure the patient is physically able to go and cope under surgery. And in the healthcare department, we observe the patients as they're coming in. Do they look miserable? Do they look like there's something going on? What is happening with that patient? And when you're doing your pre-assessment, your questionnaire, yes, nursing assessment, we are checking what's going on with this patient. Is there something that I'm not hearing? Yes? Will you really focus on that patient? Listen, this is what I learned about patients and people. It doesn't matter what culture you are. When you are attentive to people, people will love you. It doesn't matter whether they are white or racist and all this nonsense. When you are an attentive person, they will like you and they will not forget you. And you don't know who they will recommend you to. They may recommend you to a medical director. You don't know that it's a family member. Yes? What am I trying to say? This is what the Bible talks about. You don't know who is going to recommend you. You don't know who is going to speak a word on your behalf. When you decide to show up in the healthcare industry as one of the best, you're attentive to patients, you are organized, you care about people. You don't know who's going to speak for you. That I like that lady. You don't know if somebody's related, yes, to the CEO or the Prime Minister like in the UK. It could be somebody who's related to a very important figure in government. The Bible talks about this. The good you do, it will never go unnoticed, because God sees what we do in private. God sees what do we do in private. It doesn't matter what you believe. This is the truth. These are some of the spiritual laws about life, yes? Coach Meg coaching here. I'm getting excited. Ooh. So, I was giving a scenario. You come to work and it's busy, the night shift. Let's say, for example, you're on a morning shift. You have to take handover. Because I used to see this scenario play out all the time. You can tell people who are lazy, who don't do their part, who are always pushing their responsibility to somebody else, or trying to get away with the most. I remember one of the nurses, an English nurse, one of her sons was a doctor. My goodness, that woman was lazy. Really, like, most of the time you'll find her just gossiping and talking about other people, yes? Those are bad manners to learn, and we all have to watch for that. When you go to work, you're not going to play. When you go to work, you're going to develop your skill set. When you're going to work, you're preparing yourself for your future. You're sowing seeds into your future. Yes, that's what I love about healthcare, because you learn to work in such a chaotic environment. You learn to work under pressure. You learn to think under pressure. So I'm giving you a scenario. You're doing a morning shift, and you can tell, because certain characters, I'm not talking about just deciding, oh, she's lazy. No, 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 no. You decide, okay, what are my priorities? As you're getting the report, you are thinking already that who's my priority right now? Yes? Because we want to make sure we prioritize our patient care, nursing assessment, right? Oh, this is good. I haven't done this in a long time. This is good. I normally do business coaching, but I know there's many of you in healthcare who don't realize you have options. It's something that I had to do. I walked away from healthcare so that I could do something different. So now I support others to build your own business, to make a transition, yes? Because it's not always about the money. I can sell you the story. You know, you can become a multi-millionaire with your nursing background. It's true. Just go on YouTube and search for yourself, yes? I do research. I check things out, right? But what I want to say is it's about you as a person. Where do you want your career to go? So anyway, we go back in the morning, and you do an assessment. You're thinking, okay, you imagine you are the sister in charge. Even if you're not the sister in charge. Come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Listen, you may not be in charge. Remember I said the whole world belongs to God, and God has given you an opportunity in that institution, in that organization. Think like an entrepreneur. You are welcome, Elizabeth. You are welcome. Think like an entrepreneur. Yes, because these skill sets, they will serve you well. They will serve you well. Do not go there complaining with everybody else. Let them complain. But you've been listening to Coach Meg. You're like, Coach Meg said something, and I kid you not, the opportunities for you. Then, so you decide, if I was the sister in charge, who would my priority patients be? Yes? So you decide that patient, we need to sort that one out. We need to make sure, especially those that are getting ready for surgery, because the surgeons are going to come, and depending on the attitude or the behavior of some of the surgeons, you know, we all know different personalities. We learn to work with different personalities, because in life in the future, you're going to have different clients who are like that. In the business and marketing world, they're called high-ticket clients. So surgeons are like high-ticket clients. This is your opportunity to learn to speak to people who may look like or feel like or behave like they're better than you. Yes? That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You don't have to fight with them. You don't have to prove anything to them. You're just like, okay, these are my priorities. That patient, that patient, that patient. What needs to be done? Who are we getting ready for surgery? Is that patient ready? Yes? And then you take your section of patients. Okay, I like that. Have you looked into, Natasha, have you looked into healthcare consulting? Yes? There's such an opportunity there, Natasha. There's such an opportunity. Well done. Very good. Well done. Are you based in the UK or the US? Very good. Well done. I love healthcare. I love healthcare. There's so many opportunities. Okay. Okay, just remind me, what's a PSW? Okay, you're in Canada. Okay, so what's a PSW? Natasha, what's a PSW? Well done. I've got some, colleagues that I train with. Okay. I hope you're going for the highest weekly rates, yes? The best paying clients, the high ticket clients, the really high wealthy clients, the high net worth individuals, because the experience is so amazing. Okay, very good, very good. Yeah, well done. You can go into consulting. Because you see, at the end of the day, what I realize, it's not about impressing other people how clever you are. It's about people skills. When I worked with clients in the community, I was amazed at how they decide which company to work for. How to work with, rather. I did it for about 8 years after I left the big organizations. All the clients, yes, it's absolutely. I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go for it, and I'm going to learn how this works. When you are talking to people, their opinions, I would have some patience, right? I'll be getting them ready to go and see a dentist. They would complain about the money, but they'll pay. They'll complain about the money, but they'll pay. And that's it. So what did I learn about that? Here's a business tip. You had to decide how to position yourself in the marketplace. And this starts now. Yes, this is personal development. You must position yourself in the marketplace as another business equal. Yes, so you have to leave all this conditioning. I found working in the healthcare organizations, that's why I do the coaching. You can be conditioned to feel like this is all you can do. You can never go any further. Some people will talk down on you. Some people, I didn't allow it to happen in my life, but I saw other people being treated like that. I didn't allow anybody to behave like that to me. Who do you think you are? I'm one of those people. I'm out. Don't you dare. I had this attitude like I traveled a long way to come here. And my mindset was, I am an entrepreneur. I'm contributing. I'm bringing my services here. Oh yes, oh yes. You can't allow this workplace bullying. And sometimes you've got your own issues with your family. And then you're getting drama from work as well. What? No. Oh, there is so much to talk about, guys. Listen, what I want to say is this. I know you may not have heard this before, and I'll keep sharing this message because a lot of people need to hear this. You are a business. Thank you, Natasha. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You are a business, yes? You are a business. You are contributing to the growth of that company. Yes, you are contributing to the bottom line of that company. Indirectly or directly, you are contributing. I had to go through this mental swamp to get to the place where I'm now confident enough doing my own marketing business, doing all this recruiting, coaching. I had to go through I didn't even have a coach. I went on to my own journey because I knew I wanted more out of life. I didn't want to be stuck at the bedside. Number one, it wasn't paying enough for my size of family and my lifestyle, yes? So what am I trying to say? Boost your healthcare career because you must choose the life you want, yes? You are free. Thank you so much for the badges. I appreciate you, Natashi. Oh, I've been thinking of visiting Canada at some point. I'm not sure when, but anyway. You are a business. I want you to think of it this way. You are a business. I also talk about personal branding. How you show up in the workplace, the opportunities that will open up for you, the people who can recommend you. I remember working with one of the doctors in one of the countries because I was very proactive. I'm checking, what about this? We haven't done this for this patient. And I'm shocked. And he's like, when are you going to go to med school? Charmer he was. I was like, I haven't thought of that. And then another surgeon said to me, come and work with me at my practice. No, that was not my plan. So sometimes we want to poach you, yes, because they can see your skill set, you're proactive, you're positive, you're making the place feel lively, yes? And of course, that also attracts its own negativity, but I didn't mind, that's what I mean. So you are a business in the healthcare institution where you work. So you are showing up, bring your A game, yes, I'm going to be wrapping up. Bring your A game. You know how to find me if you want to know more coaching support, but you have to be intentional, yes? I don't want you to be that kind of person who works like a robot. Where you're just going to work, you check all the blood pressure, you check all the medication, all that incident reporting about medication errors. Oh my goodness, that's another issue. Oh, you don't want to be like a robot. You want wherever you are going, you are fully present. You are checking what patients. Yes, what are the priority patients? Who can I support? I remember when I worked in the intensive care department, it was crazy. It was wild. But it was so much fun. Sometimes a patient comes in, they've had an overdose, alcohol poisoning, and you want to slap them like, how can you end up in the intensive care department because you were drinking too much? And we know, all of us in the healthcare institution, sometimes it's how people cope. They're self-medicating. Yes? It was so much fun though. Oh, you have to get a patient ready, because they're going to get, into theater, into surgery. Then you have another patient on renal dialysis. You have to set up the machine and you have to learn quick. And then you have another patient who's going to be transferred to another department. It was wild. It was good fun. I had no idea how it would prepare me for where my life is now. It is amazing. And that's why I think I bring back and I talk about this to support others, because you may be in your career right now feeling like you don't have options. You may be feeling miserable. But I want to encourage you that you have options. And I want to encourage you. Sometimes it's about just changing your perspective. How to look at your job and your life where it is right now, just as for a time. And my heart goes out to so many people struggled in the pandemic and so many people didn't make it. But who knows if we have another pandemic? Let's be ready, yes? Let's be ready in case we have another pandemic. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Do you have the supplements? Are you taking your vitamin D? Yes? Are you going for regular walks? Have you cut back your hours so you have a social life? Do you have a support system? Yes? Because you can assume you have people who are there for you, but they can't because you only at work, and people really believe you love your work more than your social circle. Let's get back to having a social life, right? Maybe you're married. Do you spend quality time with your partner, with your children? Yes? So it may mean cut back your hours, and that's one of the things you can find me. We'll do the coaching. I'll talk you through some things that you can start doing so that you're working part-time, but you're also building something else. So you give yourself 3 months, 6 months, a year. It's up to you. Yes. And you can continue. There are people who they have the full-time nursing, or they also have an Airbnb business. Full-time nursing, but they also sell medical products. Yes, I'm giving you some ideas. They have a full-time nursing job, but they also do recruitments. Yes. So I'm just generously sharing all these ideas and tips so you can start thinking, okay, what can I do? Because the opportunities are there. The world is big, yes? You can be doing nursing and healthcare. You can also become a healthcare writer. Yes? You can also start a YouTube channel. Doctors are starting YouTube channels. Doctors are leaving medicine to start an online company. Yes, medical doctors. Because you see, when you walk away from the healthcare mindset and you realize you are more than just a healthcare individual, you are more than a nurse, a doctor, a physiotherapist, a chiropractor, a dentist, it changes how you think and how you approach the world. Yes? One of my friends, I recommended her to join TikTok. She's a dentist. She was like, I had no idea the marketing side of the business is completely like way out there. Yes? By the way, we're talking about boosting your healthcare career. You could be in dentistry, GP, healthcare, yes, caregiver, nurses. There are so many opportunities for you, and we need strong people in the healthcare system. Yes? I've matured now. I don't always say, walk away. I've realized we don't all have to leave. It's a really good, strong career. It's recession-proof. But what I want to encourage you is, if you are considering, what else can I do? I'm so tired. I'm so frustrated. You want to protect yourself from medical incidents. Ooh. Because guess who gets thrown under the bus when a medical incident happens in a ward? Guess who gets thrown under the bus? It's usually the nurses or the carers. You get thrown under the bus. You might be the one who takes the fall. I'm not saying it always is, but you may be the one who gets blamed the most. So you have to know how to protect yourself, take care of your general well-being, so you're always alert at work. So if anybody makes a case, you're like, no, I know I didn't do that. I wasn't involved. And God sees. If somebody accuses you falsely, if that happens, I'm saying, yes, God sees, you'll be vindicated and you will win the case. Because I know these things happen. People are tired. And I think it's a topic for another day. Maybe at a healthcare event, how can we reduce the number of medical incidents or nursing incidents where drug errors, yes, a patient got more medication or something went wrong. We are the ones who are experiencing these things, who must come up with ways to look after ourselves. So you're not involved in some incident where you end up in a court case. Because this happens. You can go and check court cases. Yes? That is why I'm talking about this. Because I know there are many cases and issues that arise. Maybe you're too tired. Or maybe your colleague was too tired. Yes? And maybe the people you work with in the team, the department, is so chaotic, it's disorganized. You can I don't want to work here. You can decide, I want to work in a place that I feel safe. I remember one of the things that was important to me. It was important to me that I was giving the right attention to all my patients. It was important to me that my patients are getting the best care. Yes? It was important to me that nobody feels left out, because I have worked with people, and I don't know about you. I've never had to be a patient, but I can imagine what it feels like when you're vulnerable, you're having surgery, and your life is in the hands of other people, yes? Of another background, of another culture, who may not know, yes? Like private patients. Ooh. So I remember it was important to me that every patient felt welcome in the department. I would spend quality time with the patient, the elderly, the business people, the scientists. That's what I love about healthcare. It prepares you for life in general. And if you are at that stage, let me go back. You're like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. Just rethink. Don't just walk away straight away. Think again and think, okay, maybe I actually just need to cut back some hours. Thank you so much for those who are joining and who are sharing the live stream. I appreciate you guys. I think I'll do this again tomorrow. I'm looking at the feedback, or, because I have a busy day. If you want to walk away from healthcare, you're miserable, you're not happy, let's reflect, yes? Let's have a look. What is going on? Is it that maybe you're working too many hours? Or is it because you're just in the wrong institution? Or is it because you're just working with the wrong people? That's life. Some people, we don't get on with them. It's not even about culture. There are some people, we just don't get along with them. Right? There are some people who want to control you. They always want to feel like they're superior than you. And when you speak up, they don't like it. They start causing problems for you. So you can decide, you know what? I don't have to fight you. The world is too big. I can work in the States. I can work in Canada. I can work in the UK. I can work in South Africa. Or I can work in the community. Or I can start my own business. Yes. Don't allow anybody to make you miserable. Yes. Don't allow anybody to make you miserable or to feel miserable. You have options. You can become a content creator, like I said. There's a doctor now on YouTube. Oh my goodness. His channel is blowing up. He's got like 1 million followers now. Yes? He was just tired. He realized he did medicine just for the money. Then he realized it was more than money. He wants to do something completely different. So, you can become a content creator. You're doing videos. You can start traveling. There are so many options. But listen, let me break it down. It is still up to you. Yes, the opportunities are there. There are many different things you can do. Start where you are. Start planning your career. Be proactive. Be intentional about it. Do not wait for your manager or somebody else to check on your skill set, your upgrade. Yes? You want to check, what are my leadership skills? What are my people skills? Do I get really angry? I get out of control when people annoy me? That's not a good leadership skill. Yeah? You want to be the kind of person who's very calm even when somebody insults you to your face. Yes, leadership skill, how to control your temper. Yes, how if somebody says something, it could even be a patient, how to keep your calm. Yes, leadership skill. But it's also being a visionary. Where do I want to be? Where do I want to take my business? Do I want to make 6 figures, 7 figures? What do I need to be doing? I shared on one live stream, I said, you can start as a caregiver and end up as a medical doctor. It just depends on your plan. Especially those of you who are in your 20s, you're very young. You can start as a caregiver and end up doing medicine. You can start as a caregiver. You proceed and you do nursing. From there, you decide to do fast-track medicine. The opportunities are so big. But that's why I'm doing this here, because I know not everybody's aware that you have options. All you need is some support, some coaching. We start looking at what you're doing now. How can we upgrade? What do you enjoy doing? Yes? Do not fake you enjoy working with certain patients because there's more money, because those patients will suffer in the end. Yes? Remember what I said, God sees what we do in private. Yes? In closing, I'm going to be wrapping up. I forgot to say, please add the likes, interaction. I haven't even got time for questions at the moment because I've got another assignment I'm working on. But let me give you an example in closing. I had a patient from the community that I took for emergency assessment in another hospital here in London. And one day, for some reason, some of the girls, the ladies in that ward, they didn't like each other. Let me just say this before I even tell you the story. Have you ever witnessed a situation where people feel trapped and they are miserable and they are fighting each other? You'll get it later. Anyway, these two were senior nurses and they started having a huge argument right in the middle of the ward. Can I just say it was embarrassing for me? It was really embarrassing as somebody who's worked in the field, and it was totally embarrassing. And yes, they were both from Africa, but one of them I think was born in the UK. You know, people of color. Later on, I went to speak to them because I couldn't just let that slide. I went to both of them, or one of them, and I said, ladies, what was happening? I have a healthcare background and that was terrible to witness. I saw it from a patient's point of view. Patients are clients, yes? And I know the way the NHS works, sometimes by the time they can correct an issue, it may feel like, it will take too long. But anyway, let me quickly say, in the end, I started coaching one of the senior nurses and, they said to me I must report it to management what I witnessed, and I was like, that's not my battle, I'm not getting involved. I could have if I wanted, but I felt like it wasn't my battle, so I left it because I know what battles are mine. So listen, if you want to know more, I've shared a bit today. I'm going to put this on YouTube, the whole stream that I've done today, so if you want to catch up on anything that I've said or that you have missed, you'll find me on YouTube. Listen, whatever you do, take care of yourself. And do not give up on your career yet. It could be that you just need to rearrange how you do your lifestyle now, but you have a lot of options. Take care of yourself. I might see you tomorrow, maybe later, I'm not sure yet, but I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.